This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, something happened because Pam just left the call.
Yes.
I told Bill and them not to worry, that they'd been working on something that was kicking everybody off of the network. Hopefully Bill emailed me back and said that they had stopped, but I guess we'll see.
Is Dolores being appointed? Dolores being appointed?
Are you there, Jeff?
Yep.
Okay, I accidentally hit the wrong button. I meant to mute it and hung up the call.
There you go.
On trial period, can we evaluate during the normal end of the year or beginning of the year salary board meeting? When do we do that? Yeah, we do it in December, so that January is expected.
Okay, anyway, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. The meeting is being recorded. This is the salary board meeting of June 10th. I think we'll dispense with the silence and pledge due to the virtual nature of the meeting. Is there any cause for executive session? Tim?
No.
None here. Okay. The minutes from March 11th. Oh, it's been that long. Has everyone had a chance to review them, and do they meet with your approval? If so, I would ask for a motion to approve them.
I did review them. I have no changes. I'd be glad to make a motion to approve them.
I heard a motion first from Jeff and then second from Denny. So, any further discussion?
Somebody is breathing very heavily into their microphone, and it's all I can hear. I'm not sure who it is, but it stopped. Maybe it's me.
Okay.
Hopefully they're still breathing.
Yeah, right.
No, it just stopped. It literally, all I can hear is heavy breathing in the background.
Okay, well, if there's no further discussion, all those in favor of approving the minutes from March 11th as presented, please state aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. There's only one item on our agenda today, and that is the Veterans Affairs Director, as it's been well publicized. Ed Burris is retiring July 4th, I believe. So I believe the 1st will be his last day here. Second, okay. As a consequence, these commissioners met and decided that rather than posting the position, we would like to make Dolores Steck the acting director, at least through the end of the year, correct?
That's
Remember
correct.
the exact, okay. And do a trial run. If it isn't working out, then at that point we would post the position. We can do that because it is a non-union position. The question before the salary board today is what pay will be associated with the position. I think obviously it's appropriate to increase from her current position, and in order to facilitate this discussion, I'd like to turn it over to Kim, who has a proposal on what we should offer Dolores to take on the Veterans Affairs Directorship.
Thank you. I pulled the HES survey that was completed in 2018, and I did forward everybody that survey, but I'm having trouble. I can't print legal up here, so I took an excerpt of it, and I scanned it in and sent it to everybody. So you can see, I don't know, did everybody get my email just a little bit ago? Can you see? I don't
Yes,
know.
I did.
I didn't
Okay,
either.
good.
Very good.
Okay, so there's a market range on there, and it looks like the minimum in the HES survey for a Veterans Affairs Director is $32,231.68. Now that is averaged at 80 hours, and on my thing that I sent today, I did put 80 hours on there. So to me, if we go ahead and we do the minimum of that, she would be receiving a $5,484.77 increase. That would be including her employer FICA and the increase in salary. And then we have to remember that we're going to be looking for 2021 soon, because we'll be going into budget season here pretty soon, because it's already June. So to me, I'm recommending the $32,231, the minimum, because we don't know if she's going to be capable of fulfilling the position. And I think this is fair because we're giving her the minimum of the job according to the HES survey. And we've already used the HES survey in coming up with the midpoints for other positions within the county.
I'm amenable to that as well, understanding that we can look at this again in 6 months when we go to make the overall non-union wage adjustments at the end of this year.
Correct.
Any other comments?
I agree with the logic for what it's worth. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I'm supportive as well.
Okay.
It looks good to me.
Did you repeat the wage, or is it in the packet here?
$32,231.68.
Yep, all right. Em got it. That's correct. With that, I'd ask for a motion to approve the recommended pay of $32,231.68. This would remain 35 hours, yes?
Yes,
or 80
that is
hours.
correct. Well, to me, it would remain 35 hours, but I wanted you to see that on the HES survey, it was calculated at 80.
I see. I understand
See what
that.
I'm saying? I just didn't want there to be any discretion there. So
I understand that.
That's fair.
Obviously, it's non-union directorship.
Yes.
Anything else that you want to add to that motion? Oh, effective date, I suppose, would be
July 6th.
July 6th. Okay.
Yep, because we are off on July 3rd for the holiday.
Okay. What motion do you have, Pam?
To approve a salary of $32,231.68 to remain at 35 hours per week, effective July 6th, 2020.
Very good. Someone want to make that motion?
So moved.
Denny made it. Anyone second?
I will second it.
Seconds. Discussion.
I just want to say, in reference to the 35 versus the 40 hours,
It's salary.
I believe that that job is one that they work outside the office at times. So I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, I agree.
Great.
Yeah, there are events and stuff that she'll have to go to. Yeah, it's a good point. All right, well, if there's no other discussion, all those in favor, please state aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Anything else to bring before the board?
Well, I'm not sure what is the appropriate venue to have this conversation, so I'll throw it out and see if this is the one. But I did speak with Dolores this morning and told her that this position was coming up and described the terms of the position, and then she had some responses. So I don't know if this is the forum in which to discuss that, or is that something that's an executive session?
Not knowing the nature of it.
Technically,
I just wanted to know, this is Eric. I joined the call. I apologize for being late. I was on another conference call with a union person.
Tricia, thanks for joining, Eric. Tricia, is basically, if it has to do with the pay or the salary, then it should come before salary board. If it has to do with performance and management of the job or something, that would probably be best done in an executive session.
Okay, Well, so I will just say that I shared with her what the position would pay. I shared with her that if the salary board approved this, she would be acting director as we described in the terms of her position through and including the end of the year. She was very excited. She let me know that she thinks that she may need some additional help part-time, maybe 4 hours a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but we talked through that, and she's going to try, if she was offered the position, to try to work full-time and by herself and see how it goes with only 2 appointments per day. So she accepted the position if we offered it to her for the wage that we just described. And she just voiced a little hesitation in having her be the sole person, basically the only person on the bench in that role.
Understood. That's fine. The other thing that we don't need to vote on, but should be probably in the minutes of this meeting, is that the tax claim position vacated, and rather than refilling it directly, we've added verbiage to the job description. It makes it clear that the job description previously was half commissioner under commissioners, half under tax claim. We weren't really utilizing the position under commissioner's office perhaps as much as needed. It just became apparent that elections need a backup. And so we particularly focused on making the job more or less 50-50, we'll say 40-40 tax claim and elections now. So there will no longer be any confusion as to whether or not that position can be doing elections work. And then particularly when it comes to like lunch breaks and that sort of thing, that position also had a verbiage added into the job description to help out with the VA office. So
That's right. We did add that language, so we could always have, there could be some supplemental help for veterans in a pinch, for right now anyway.
Yeah.
So we will not be refilling the VA position, or at least not full-time, the administrative assistant in the VA's office. We will not be refilling that, or at least not immediately, and almost definitely not full-time. So we're down essentially one position. That'll save something.
She did mention to me when I floated that concept to her that, we should recognize that that position handles some very sensitive information as it relates to veterans' health, as it relates to veterans' checking accounts, some other things. So, we should just think through that. She said that she had to have an FBI background check, and she was just sensitized to having a floater come in and out to assist, and not having making sure that they had very good discretion. Let me say it that way.
Sure. And by the way, just an announcement, I believe Lisa and Phil interviewed and have agreed on a candidate for the tax lien elections VA floater position. So we'll see that. Is that going to be reflected, Kim, on today's commissioners meeting?
No, I did not, because I didn't get an approval to go ahead and extend the offer from, I know Commissioner Kafferlin had replied and said, okay, thank you for letting us know, but then I didn't hear anything else. So no, I did not put that on today's commissioner meeting.
That's fine. If the hire wasn't made today, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
All right. Was there anything else to discuss?
Am I okay to extend the offer, or are you guys still discussing that?
I'm fine with it.
I am as well.
Okay. Yep. Okay, perfect, great. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Not at this time.
I just think that time will tell with, as, you know, tax claim has a pretty well-known peaks and valleys in the workload, as well as elections, and hopefully they don't overlap.
They do not.
Whereas,
Actually, they
yeah,
do not.
whereas- Okay, so whereas I'm not sure of Veterans Affairs, I would think that would be more random. You know, as far as making appointments and people coming, you know, demanding time of that office. So I think I guess in time we'll see what kind of a fit it is as it's been described.
Yeah, and I think we're going to need to make some decisions about, you know, how that office runs versus how it historically is run in the short term, certainly not over the long term. Because Dolores did mention that, you know, she doesn't feel good about closing the office and wants to make sure it's always open. So, you know, that's going to be tricky to manage. She said that she would even, you know, kind of defray time off for now, just to try to work through the period. So it's, you know, going to be around until July 3rd or 2nd, whatever that is. So I probably need to give her, you know, the month of July to see how that goes.
Yeah, we may have to talk about the whole how much that office is open kind of bit, because yeah, I'd like to have every office open 24/7, but with what we're trying to do staffing wise and keeping an eye on everything, I'm okay if they're doing appointments for this stuff and figuring it out that way.
Yep, you're right. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there as something that would need to be addressed. Other than that,
Well, and I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Good deal. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.